Afternoon, guys and gals. We've jumped right back onto this 1206 here, and first things first, most important thing to go, and the thing everybody always gives me crap about, it doesn't have a loader. We sure as hell got to get rid of this cab. It's not an original cab either. It's actually, if you look at it, with this hump here in the center, it's for a 66 series, truthfully. But I think I've got all the bolts loose on this thing, best I can tell. Still haven't done anything about that blowout, but I just need to jack it up and slide another tire and rim on or something. We'll figure that out. But I got all the bolts out of the cab itself. The steps will stay, but the rear mounts are undone. And so with that, we're going to try a stunt I've done before. Just tip it off the back end of the tractor here. Might tear up that PTO lever a little bit, but too much work to take it off right now with all the stuff that's there. And it's not like I don't have those in salvage somewhere. But I think I've got all the nuts and bolts loose. I need to check for wiring real quick. But I think we can just step up on the hood and push. And it should just drop off of here. I guess if you need a year-round cab and I don't shatter any glass, you can come get it for free. I'll just give it to you. But you got to come get it. I'll load it. But don't be a pain in the ass. And you can have it, basically. But I need to shut all the windows and the door as well so I don't tear that up and flip the seat forward. And just give her a gentle push and roll that cab off the back end of this thing. There's the world's most hated Minneapolis Moline back there too. I mostly just get hate about things for my comments about how bad a job it's painted, but it's pretty bad. But we've actually been working on it. Maybe we'll show you that here in a minute. Oh, I need to put that seat forward now. Where we hung up? It didn't work. It's going good. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. It's caught on the piece where the 3-point levers go. Damn. How come this worked on a the 66 series fine? Wedged up underneath it. Oh, what a predicament. Hey, that helped. Godsy. Maybe that's not the best way, but it worked. But, hey, that's off now. It's going to be much easier to work on this thing now and change that rear tire or whatnot. Don't give a crap about this anymore. This was actually already cracked, so it doesn't really make me any difference. We can straighten that lever out. Oh, good as new. Pretty much. That's just, you know, slather it on there, I guess, on that repair. Much better. I don't know, I got a set of clamshell fenders and some interesting light extensions on a 706 in town. Maybe we'll just bring those out here for now and bolt them on just to have something on this girl, create conversation. I don't know. Looking better though. Need to get rid of the steps, and I need to go get some open station steps. There is something here I wanted to look at on the back of this thing. Does it have the bracket for what would have been the non-open station or the non-fender tractors? Because, like, I don't know, we're gonna have to clean this thing, but part of me really wonders if this thing ever had fenders on it. The reason I say that actually is because the light socket area there for front lights, like it had an ice cream box cab on it, but there's absolutely no signs that it ever had an ice cream box cab. And the ice cream box cab, the seam is back here, was where it would wear if there was an ice cream box cab, and that's where the lights would have been. But if it was a non-fender tractor, the lights would have been up here, kind of like that 826 I bought. A real similar situation, I guess. But yeah, just an interesting curiosity. We need to clean on the axles and see if there's wear spots from fender brackets, honestly, because the area it came out of in eastern Colorado is a big, wide row crop, flood irrigated, ridge till area where this thing could have been spread out on like 40-inch centers. Done a lot of farming that way, and it would not have surprised me in that situation on 40-inch centers if the guys hadn't wanted fenders for visibility for, you know, specialty crops. And like the front end here, the wishbone, it's been repaired like this thing did a lot, and I mean a lot of wide row crop tillage, and a lot of that was 3-point mounted. A little bit it was front mounted at the time, but a lot of it was 3-point mounted. And where it has this ear broke off, the 3-point on the back makes you wonder even more, in my opinion. But we're gonna do some more looking. Why are those housings funny? At least the left one seems funny to me. That this cast piece here doesn't seem, I don't remember my other 06 series having that. We're gonna have to go look now. Good news is I got like 3 06 series tractors sitting, well, 4 of them, 6 of them sitting within like 50 yards of me. I might have a problem. It's an 806 Wheatie. It doesn't have that weird piece on there. Interesting. This one up here is an 806 with an ice cream box cab we've been slowly robbing parts off of. It does not have that either. That's curious. And we got one more to look at real close by. 1206 Wheatie I bought the same week my son Leo was born. This one cost just a little bit more than the last one we brought home. And no, it doesn't have that little piece there on the back either. Very, very curious. Huh, I have to look. A couple of my other 1206 ones. This 1206 is really, really late serial numbered. And it doesn't have the side lights there because it's a Wheatland and has headlights on the front of the grill. That is interesting. It's almost like what would have been on a cab mount for an 86 series or late black stripe tractor. That's got me pretty confused. But if somebody broke a casting at some point in time in its life, which is want to do, if it was spread out wide and they had those band duals on there, they already broke the original white cast centers. It wouldn't surprise me if that's been replaced. Your light mount, what would be like on a clamshell fender tractor, a non-fender tractor, or an ice cream box cab tractor. What was wrong? There's 7 of them here to look at besides the 1206. I think I like 06 series. Nothing on this 806 here. Walk over to the 806 Wheatland diesel. And nope. I'm gonna bet that's gotta be replaced. Rear housing then. About gotta be. I'm gonna have to go find a 86 series in town to look at. Nope, doesn't have it. 1206 here. Does not have that either. Just some very interesting things going on with that 1206. But again, like I said, wide row stuff. It's hard on axles. I mean, when you're spread out to 40 inch, it's hard on everything. And it would meet the description. I guess we're right here. Let's look at this. Got my row of Agco freaks here. 2 150s for sale if somebody's got 12 grand. You can come get it. 190 XT. Still undecided what we're doing with that. This is staying for now. But I got a new heated power washer. We've been having a little bit of fun with it. And I thought, you know, let's just remove all the sins of a terrible paint job as best we can. And it's peeling better than a guy would expect. It actually makes me really sad because this thing probably would have looked pretty okay and been a fairly good appearing original paint tractor before somebody got carried away with some really bad paint. I don't know what's going on with the fenders here. Like maybe these aren't original to the tractor, but not really finding yellow underneath the paint on the fenders. So that's curious. Battery boxes. Castings are a little bit harder to deal with too. But like the front wheels, I got those to peel some. The rear wheel castings. You can see, I mean, it would have been rust colored white. I mean, and honestly, it would have looked pretty good. Did some seat there. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this thing. Taking a lot of hate on it, that's for sure. Just because of some of my commentary about it. But can't make everybody happy, I guess. Mostly it's just one locale of people I've made angry. After that, most everybody's kind of like, ugh, that's ugly. But still 1 of 24 and serial number 1. It is what it is, because there will always be hate. No matter what I do, that's part of being successful. And the little 180 Massey propane is out here today. It was hooked on a manure spreader, using it some, and I had to move it out of the way, and it kind of just ended up here in line with the other 3. New week, there's a new tractor back there that's gonna be on YouTube sometime after this thing's video, but we're back to working on the 1206. I'm gonna swap out one tire so I can move this tractor around. As you recall, we had a minor blowout. Yeah, that's a new one for me actually, but we got this jacked up this morning. We're gonna pop the rim off, and I got that one over there leaned up against the tractor for next week's video, and we'll get it on here. That way I can start this thing, pull it around by a power washer, and just give it a good cleaning, and then we're gonna figure out what all we need to throw on it parts wise. I already know I need a hand pump. Got some other stuff we're gonna bolt to it too. I already got here, and got filters to service it, whatnot, things like that. But that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bust this thing off, we'll get a new one on, and hopefully pull it over by the power washer this afternoon. While I was taking this off, I found something I want to talk about. Just give you guys little tips and tricks. I don't usually show me wrenching too much, mostly because I'm bad at, well, not cursing, basically. And but we're going to show you guys something, because you should not do this, and it's one of those things you should always check. And when you're putting wheels and tires on, it's kind of important. Mounting these double bevel rims, there are wedges that pull everything in here tight, these wheel wedges here. And there's 2 things here wrong on this one. As you can see, there is lugs here that are tapered to pull this thing together, and then there are lugs that are just flat. Those are your drive lugs, and well, those are your alignment lugs, and there's 2 of them that are like that, and they should be 90 degrees apart to make sure this wheel is straight and keep it from wobbling. These are not 90 degrees apart. It should be like here and here on this, and this one's off a hole. And the other thing here I don't like is this alignment lug that's loose right there was actually held on by a U-bolt and not a nut. Bad deal. Don't do that. One's off. We can put the other one on. We will look here at these different lugs since I got a second. There's your alignment lug versus your normal one. Got to make sure the two of those are 90 degrees off each other, and preferably make sure they end up usually on one of these lugs on the wheel too. That's just me. Everybody does their own thing, but you know, when you're tightening these, you make sure you go around the circle side to side, just like you're putting a rim on. You don't want to do two side by side. Get her pulled down as square as possible. There you go. Now it's no longer a victim of gravity and rust. It's up on all aired up tires. So I got the heated power washer hooked up, soap hooked up. Let's clean this thing up, and then we can start doing some actual work to it that matters. Looks better though up on all fours. Let's see how much grease and grime comes off. Well, cleaner by a lot. Still dripping off some, whatnot. Maybe the biggest one here is this crescent wrench that was laying on the floor pan. I went and sprayed the crap out of it with my power washer. It actually is trying to rotate now. So we'll get some penetrating oil on that. But I guess back to the tractor, the part that matters. Significantly cleaner, to say the least. I always say the dirtier the tractor, the better it cleans up, because all the grease and grime packed on these things really preserves the paint, actually. But it's pretty clean now. I could stand to clean it again. I know I'll find more dirty spots, but at least now I can stand to work on it. We're gonna take these side stripes off. I've got Farmall badges to put on it. We've got the white front rims. We're gonna hide these back because that one's a Firestone. Don't think this one is, but still, they can go on something else down the road. We'll put the white front rims on it. I've got a set of fenders on it, not the right fenders, but we're gonna put some semblance of fenders on it. Yeah, this is definitely a replacement housing because it's just primered, which is really interesting. I missed a spot. Whoops. Definitely replacement housing. But back to my suspicions that this is a factory fender delete tractor. We have a wear spot there from the cab, but I have no other wear marks like has ever had fenders on it. And usually if it was IH U-bolts for IH fenders, there'd be wear spots right there. But yeah, still need to clean more back here. I think the remote's under the seat leaking some, and like I can see signs that that's been brazed together and it's pretty dirty underneath there. But at least I can stand to work on this thing now, and we'll just keep going down the line here. But pretty pleased. Wish my pre-cleaner, the rain cap on it, wasn't rotted off, but we might be able to fit another one on there and just tack weld it down, and we'll put a new hose between the pre-cleaner and the Venturi. Very pleased. A lot cleaner. Need to see if I can find somebody around here that can sandblast my rear castings so we can paint those white, and I'll get some fenders and mounts ordered for this thing, and we'll get those painted white as well to go with it, because it's pretty much impossible to sell this thing without fenders. The guys that'd be buying this would just abuse the hell out of me if it didn't have fenders on it. I know the market of people buying this, they're picky and they want fenders. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, honestly, even if you had one with an ice cream box cab in here, you're still going to get a discounted price versus a fendered open station tractor, just always. I know I said I was going to start putting stuff on this thing, but then I took the side panels off, and you know, usually there's a mouse nest up on top of the fuel tank and in the dash, and I was right once again, so we took that all off and cleaned it. But you know, we found some sinful acts here. We got wire nuttage. Love that for me. We'll probably end up putting a wiring harness in this thing. It's not that hard and not that expensive, but yeah. About 3 wire nuts too many already, and I've seen 3. So we got some repairs to do. A lot of this harness is really original looking with red paint on it from the factory. So just how it is, but cleaning up good. Need to pull the air filter out because I know there's a mouse nest in there, but that's gonna wait a minute. Looking quite a bit better. We're making some style choices some other people might not approve of. For now, we'll change it later. I have a set of clamshell fenders sitting on it just because it's what I have around here right now. We'll be getting the white fenders ordered and painted. And I had these lights off a 706 that had a GB800 loader on it that sat up higher. And I always thought they looked kind of cool, kind of fun, but I'm sure not everybody agrees with me on that. They're just, you know, a little touch to really get everybody going, annoy some people. I gotta get bolts or nuts for the U-bolts on the fenders tomorrow to get those held down for now. And then the wind's supposed to blow like hell tomorrow, so I'm actually not going to be out here wrenching. But hopefully Wednesday we can get back to this and get her, take her for a spin around. Another day. We just got back from going to South Waukene and back for a baler, but now we're back to this 1206. Now outfitted with a spare set of clamshell fenders I had off of a 706 and the fun little lights that came off a 706 that used to have a GB800 loader on it. Just, you know, you make controversial style choices every now and then, and why not? It's my tractor. Have noticed something here besides the fact that the bottom strap on the drop bar a little messed up. We got leaky on the ground, which might explain why it was out of hydraulic oil. Maybe, but haven't really crawled underneath it to see where that's coming from. Looks like O-rings on the torsion arms at the bottom of the 3-point, which it's easier to do the left-hand side one than the right-hand side one, I believe. So we'll have to probably sort that out here sometime soon. Yippee for me. Can't remember to do that if I have to pull this top plate off, but I need to replace that anyway. Off a salvage 1066, so not the end of the world. But I'm gonna throw a battery in this thing and we're pulling it inside. Wind's kind of blowing a little bit here. I'm gonna let this thing run 5-10 minutes, get warm, and then I'm gonna drop the engine oil, change that, and change the fuel filters too, I hope. All right, draining oil, and I can already see this thing's at least a gallon over full, if not more. Oil smells a little diesel-y, but not bad. Could just be somebody doesn't know how much oil to put in this thing too, considering it wasn't like on a farm necessarily. And but I mean, it's not funny color or anything like that, so I think we're good there. These aren't nearly easy as to service the 66 series because these stupid canister style filters. So on both engine oil and fuel filters, and I was over here looking at the fuel filter drains, and those are supposed to be a 7/16, and that's more like a vice grip or pliers now, and that's okay. I don't really need to drain them, but I'll have to get that one off to bleed all the way through. Minor problems, just little things done by previous owners that are a bit of an annoyance. I already changed the air filters out, so we'll get this done and then worry about hydraulic filter after. That one's the one that concerns me more than anything, honestly, just because it was low on hydraulic oil. But I think we now kind of know why it was out of hydraulic oil if the torsion arms are leaking. Just how that kind of works. And it's got a tick. You can hear an audible tick when it's running, but it's actually coming from the speed transmission or MCV pump area, not so much coming from the motor. I mean, valves are a touch noisy, but I think we can adjust those. They might just be loose or whatever, but this part, noisy. So I'll have to maybe dig into that in the future. Nothing interesting to report as far as oil filter goes. They're both newer Napa Gold. One 551 filters, which is a 51151 wicks, which is what I bought for this thing. So that is excellent. Nothing wild there. We'll get fuel filters after I finish doing oil filters. Like I said, nothing clean about draining cartridge style filters. catching it as best as possible. That's why I'm working on this thing on a dirt floor, because I know how dirty the oil changes are on a 1206. Yeah. Doesn't even have red diesel in it, but considering where it was at, maybe they didn't bring red diesel to it. I don't know. We'll just drain it, go on, put new filters in and be happy. Just feel good about the fact that it's got all new filters in it. It's a confidence thing, and then we can kind of go from there. Hydraulic oil, we're gonna run this thing a little while before I actually drain the whole thing, and since I got that O-ring leaking, why get carried away? And good hydraulic oil is expensive too. On occasion here, when you pull these on a IH, the inside of those filter housings are pretty nasty. Now there's your 3080 Napa Gold, so same thing as a Wix 33080. Not running ruby red diesel, but we're gonna stick my fingers down in here and see. Oh yeah, those are pretty nasty. I should probably just stop here and take the hoses loose and drain this thing entirely out, because there's a lot of crap down in there. I'll see if I can, yeah, you see it? That's not good. You don't want that in your injection pump. That one's pretty clean, thankfully. Primary was doing its job, but not good. You see that down in there? That's bad. That one's okay, that one's not. So I need to pull this thing apart on the bottom side, or at least take this sucker off and clean the hell out of that, because that's not good. Not uncommon. I think my other 1206, the original Wheatland with the big fenders, was like that when I changed them on it. So just how it goes sometimes. That is not what you want. We will clean that as best we can. It's okay. I mean, it's filtered, and obviously it wasn't getting through to that one that bad, but clean it while you got an opportunity, right? That's considerably better, I would say. I mean, there's still a little bit of shit down in there, but you're not going to ever get all of it. And, I mean, it's an old diesel tractor that would run on pretty much anything you put in it. So, be fine. We'll put it back on and prime out the fuel system. We get 3 gallons of viscosity engine oil for it. This one's just got a pipe plug to put in it whenever it's full here. That one we had air out of, so we just keep waiting. Or it actually pushed diesel out. Pipe plug, not so right, but it'll work. There we are, yellow diesel. Tighten that sucker up. And honestly, I don't think this thing probably lost much prime, because it shouldn't have lost fuel from here, or from the drain on the bottom to there. Should have still had fuel sitting in it. So it really shouldn't be much of an air bubble. We're good. Now, engine oil. And while I'm thinking about it, just things I noticed. On 361 407, the heads has definitely been off this tractor before. So you know it's had a head gasket. These things generally leak on the back right corner, just like my other 1206. So this one's been definitely been done before, which is good to know. I mean, you can kind of tell this thing's been apart before in its life, because the adapter right there is not, you know, it's not red, it's just primer, and same on the front timing cover. Definitely been apart before, which is fine. It's totally okay. We're working on a tractor from 1966. It's almost 60 years old, so it's fine that it's not 100% original. I mean, I'm already committing sins on this. Hey, there's that 190 XT. Still jumps out of 3rd and 4th gear, but it does run better. It's serviced up now. Yeah. 2 150s for sale. Hello, beautiful. All right, making more progress on getting oil changed on this 1206. I've been farting around working on other things. Worked on a 1468 some. Yeah, we'll let that drain down some. You only lose a gallon or two here. There's a check valve that drops in that doesn't allow too much oil to run out of these things, which is wonderful. But we'll get this off, get a new filter in there, new screen, or clean the screen. Didn't look incredibly nasty coming out, but I mean, we dumped in a lot of fresh oil to make this thing move. So no major guarantees as to what we got here. Let's see what we got. That's a Case IH element, which is interesting. So all the others had been Napa or Wix. Don't know what to think about that, but I mean it's okay. Pull the screen out here. Screen's pretty darn clean, so that's nice. Oil is dribbling out. It's pretty darn clean. That's an old filter that says distributed by Case Corporation. I don't think this one's been changed in a while. But I'm maybe honestly the last guys that the guys there at the motocross track didn't even know this was here probably. But I'm gonna get this pulled out of here, and I gotta clean the old gasket off that cover there and get it back up there. Unplanned detour for the day. Ended up in a tractor grinding hay today. What fun. Got the old CW5. Dad couldn't keep up himself, so yeah, we just jumped in this thing. He's grinding away. All right, I think we're ready to go back together now. First you I got that out cleaned up as good as possible. And this, pretty darn clean too. It's the new gasket. New little cup thing that goes in first. I put a new O-ring on it. Then filter as well. Filter is a Wix 51253, and the same on all IH tractors, pretty much from 63 up to 85 essentially, because like my 5488 actually uses 2 of these. But cup goes in first, back in there. It sits down in there, then you shove filter in with the screen towards the outside, and then I'll grab the cover and new gasket and get it on there. And I actually took a hammer and tried to flatten out all the bolt holes. They get pushed in sometimes from people being too rough with them, getting them too tight. So just a thought. And there you go. That's all the oil that came out, maybe a gallon. And back on there, they're all just snugged up. Not crazy tight because you don't want to bend that aluminum cover. Now we're over at a different 1206, I guess. This 1206 Wheatland with the ice cream box cab. We've already talked about this one in this video. But I would like to swap the front tires and wheels off of it for the ones that were on my big fender 1206. Mostly because those are Firestone, well, Regency, I guess. Closest you can get to Firestone nowadays, 1116s. And these are, I believe, Titan, Samson 1016s. I'd rather have the 1116s on a tractor I'm keeping. The other 1206 will probably leave at some point in time. So we're going to swap tires around. And I guess I'll have a spare set of red 8-bolt rims with tires on them, which is not really a bad thing, I suppose. But that's what we're going to do. Throw the air jack underneath, jack it up, swap them, and then we'll go back over the other 1206. Before we do this, I guess there's definitely a little bit of size difference there between the two, I would say. Hopefully this doesn't get the front end too high, but this tractor does kind of rake downhill a little bit in my opinion, so should help. Well, I think it looks pretty good on 1116s on the front. Do have one snag here, which honestly isn't that hard of a fix. We'll save for another day that I didn't even think about. But yeah, that's a little tight on both sides actually. So honestly, probably jack it up, hit it with a flap wheel, call it good. I don't know what the difference is there because my other 1206 ran these fine on the front. So there's different lengths of spindles maybe. Somebody maybe can answer that question because I don't know. It seems like I ran into this once before on an 806 when I wanted to put some 1100s on the front, but whatever. These 1000s are going over on that other 1206. It's out, it started. Might as well take it for a spin, right? Take it down to the corner and back through all the gears. See how we do. Haven't really drove it that far yet for multiple reasons. You can hear that ticking noise somewhere in here, which is interesting. I don't know. Oh, 3-point decided to come up finally. Curious. Seems like it should go up a little higher, but we're not gonna mess with that too much today. PTO spins all the time. Whatever, let's take it for a run. We know the TA doesn't work, so we're just gonna leave that alone. I don't think it works. Yep, no. Non-working TA. Darn. Really shifts pretty good. Usually you step on the pedal, counts about 3. Steer's tight, that's good. Let's give her hell. I was thinking about it. Why not just assemble all the 1206s together, right? We'll walk around all of them, look at them, and end the video, I guess. And we can talk about the middle one a little bit more. But yeah, all 3 of my 1206s together. That one's a 66, that one's a 66, that one's a very, very late 67. This one was a half century of progress for those that were there. I found it, well, I bought it down near Ulysses. It's been quite a bit of time out sitting in a pasture around Mantor, Kansas. 24.5, 32 rear rubber. I had 1116s on the front. I put a set of combine tires and wheels on the front with diamond treads. Thought they'd look good. They do. Came with that full rack of weights on it. We put a head gasket in it over the winter last year. Replaced part of the exhaust manifold. It's a TA tractor. 2 remotes. Dual PTO. Yeah, just a nice straight old 1206 Wheatland. That, I mean, this is, in my head, this is how I see a 1206 is this thing. And it has been clear coated with vice grip garage clear coat and all that good stuff. Just a killer tractor. It is honestly one of my favorite. I don't really have favorites, but this is pretty high up the ranking list, I would say. Just hard to beat. I have some 24.5, 32 Firestone tires I'd like to get on the back of it sometime soon and really just complete the whole look of that thing. This one's 66 model, one we just got done working on. Obviously still have a few things left to fix, but it's a usable tractor now. I'm Hopefully going to have a set of fenders here for it in the next 30 days. We'll get those white. Need to talk to somebody about sandblasting the wheels for it. Runs down the road good. I mean, it ran out great. It doesn't lack for power. As you can see, she's a 1206, likes to smoke. That's normal stuff. Need to figure out if we can get the center section, whatever that noise in there is, quieted down. If not, life goes on. PTO turns all the time. Not sure I really care. If you're really desperate, I suppose it's for sale, but won't be cheap. And then, you know, the Wheatie, late 67, factory AC, factory cab, one of the last known 1206s built in a Wheatland standard tractor, so really cool. Came with all the, no, this one came without had a dozer on it when it came in here. Took that off, I put weights on it. Had duals for it there on the sale, not IH hubs on the back, but I don't really care that much. I dualed it up pretty much the minute it came home, just so it'd look good. Wide swing drawbar, 2 remotes again. This one's not a TA tractor, which is okay with me. But yeah, there's your 3 1206s. Not too many guys with 3 of them sitting together like that, especially not 2 Wheatlands. Just, it's what I like, as you can probably tell. It's interesting that this one has holes in the front here for cultivator mounts, but the other 2 do not. Kind of peculiar. I did swap around. We got the right badges in that thing now. It doesn't say International anymore. It says McCormick Farmall, which is the way it should be. It's a good rig though. Somebody could have a lot of fun with that and make it really nice. We're gonna take it a little bit further. We'll get fenders on it, stuff like that. It's coming around. I did notice just with the other 2 1206s here, that one has white front hubs, red, white. I would bet that's not the original front axle underneath this thing. I bet it got swapped off an 856 or 806 sometime in its life after it broke, just like the other axle housing on the back and stuff like that. But yeah, cool tractor. And with that, we'll end off this video with 3 1206s sitting right behind me. It really doesn't get much better for me. They're some of my favorites. But you guys have a good one. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm on all the social medias as @TeamMontyIH. Please look up coming to the Sunflower Pioneer Power Association Tractor Show. April 25th is the main show date. 24th, we will have a poker run in the evening, and we'll do some activities on Sunday, maybe to the 26th. It just depends. But we're featuring anything and everything made in Kansas. So have fun with that one too. But you can also go to territorialtrading.com, buy some toys, memorabilia, stuff like that. You can join the Hams Beer Club or Fund and help fund diesel, beer, tractors, addictions. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that, guys, you guys take care. Have a good one. Go drag something out of the weeds, just like any of these, and get it running.